regulations, they would have never had it. But we got a vaccine done in 9 months, and fortunately,
Yes.
that's not only going to save our country, it's going to save the world. The key was always going to be the vaccine, and when he got his shot, he got his first shot on December 21st, I believe. So it works incredibly well, 95%, maybe even more than that. It works incredibly well. And it's really saving our country, and it's saving, frankly, the world.
Do you recommend to our audience that they get the vaccine then?
I would recommend it, and I would recommend it to a lot of people that don't want to get it, and a lot of those people voted for me, frankly. But, you know, again, we have our freedoms, and we have to live by that, and I agree with that also. But it's a great vaccine, it's a safe vaccine, and it's something that works. And we've been working round the clock, and what I got the FDA to do, this would have happened. This would have happened in many, many years from now if I didn't get involved, and if we didn't get involved.
So think about all the very negative people against Don, and how basically they attacked him, and how a lot of those people now think it's their right to get the cure. You know that thing? So as we're starting to find out, that is not so smart. And a lot of people are going to go bye-bye for that. Think about that. So I hear from a lot of people, Big Don, like pushed this thing and then stepped aside. Now, he pushed, remember, he never recommended.
Would you recommend to our audience that they get the vaccine then?
I would recommend it, and I would recommend it to a lot of people that don't want to get it.
That anyone get the cure. He said that they were going to push for that to be available. So look at who wants that, and think about ascension. Now, many months ago, people have been asking me, does everybody ascend? And I said, no, I don't see everyone ascending. And I don't know what that thing is that's going to separate people. But I think now we're seeing what that is. And it's, I don't wish that on anyone, but the people that have been and are very negative, very fearful, very angry, are the ones that we've said all along are going to attract that thing to themselves.
A question from Christian Humble. Does Jessie believe the great things are coming as opposed to the rise of darkness? Feel free to answer that, Jessie, any way you want.
Well, we have both. You know, we're promised two things, and you know, as we brought out on Right On Radio the other day, there's really only two possibilities that can happen at this point. The Bible speaks of a second harvest, you know, where we have people, the captives, the oppressed, the afflicted who are coming out of the darkness and will be coming into the light. If that doesn't happen, then we're entering into the tribulation. But, you know, as we've got that darkness and that struggle between darkness and light, we know the end picture. You know, as the scripture says, his kingdom comes in power. We know that Jesus came to destroy the works of the devil and that reign as Lord over the heavens and the earth. So we know the ultimate end, but I believe we're in that time where, you know, it only can go one of two ways. So we're all just waiting to see which way it goes in. But I'm pretty positive we're going to get that harvest. So
next week, I will announce our next goal to put shots in arms. This is a time for optimism, but it's not a time for relaxation. I need all Americans. I need all of you to do your part. Wash your hands. Stay socially distanced. Keep masking up as recommended by the CDC. And get vaccinated when it's your turn. Help. I need you to help. Not just the country, but your family, your friends, your neighbors. Get them vaccinated as well. If we keep our guard up, stick together, and stick with the science, we can look forward to a 4th of July that feels a bit more normal. And where we begin to declare our independence on Independence Day from the virus.
Okay, right? You know, we spoke about this morning. And it's right, 23 million people have had the vaccine in the UK alone. Worldwide, I don't know what that figure is, but it's probably well up there in the millions. So, yes, it is coming to an end, guys, because they vaxxed a good portion of the population. So, that portion.
Frankly, but again, we have our freedoms and we have to live by that, and I agree with that also.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the CGPATRIOT podcast, Awake with Reason. Today is March 18th, and it's Thursday, the day after Wednesday. That was the 17th. So, I just published, or actually, I published it with this at the end of the 6-minute video that you just watched. And I was debating on whether to publish this video. I don't want people to get the wrong the wrong impression of this video. I don't believe that. Where do I start? It's confusing times, okay? And we are all trying to figure it out, that people that are part of this movement. And I have to default to my ability not just to discern information, but to also scrutinize, or at least view all information, any information that comes across my desk or, across my phone, as information I need to not just question, but to also talk about, okay? Because that's what, again, that's what got us into this. That's what got us into this mess. We were taught by the Intel board to question, right? To discern, to code, to do all these things that, train us into a thought process of, working, critical thinking and being able to take in information, raw information, and decode it and understand it. And for the most part, most of this past year, it's been pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't think any of us hit the mark on what we thought was going to happen, right? I mean, even the big guys, even X22 and all of those guys, like they were way off. But I still love watching. I mean, I literally X22 all day long, every day. It's basically like my it's like my chill pill for the day. So that being said, I want to get your thoughts on the video I just posted prior to this conversation we're having here. And I actually just sent the video, the first 6 minutes of this, to John Wick, the John Wick that on Twitter. And I just wanted to get his opinion on it, and he just got back to me. He says, watching now, and he goes, that's heavy. And he said he thinks it was awesome personally. I would definitely do a follow-up for sure. That's what I'm doing right now, brother. I'm doing a follow-up on the end of this one. And I would definitely post, he says. So, you know what? I take my brother's advice on this. I had to get input on it, because I showed my wife, and my wife was kind of jaw dropped on it, and she had a lot of questions after she saw it, and I don't have the answers to those questions. Like, the questions are, well, why is DJT saying that, and then, you know, the other folks saying something different, and then why is, you know, BIDEN also being super, especially in this video today. I was actually, it's interesting because I was on that video of by Den. I'm trying not to trigger any of the YouTube things. On the video of BIDEN of Joe, I actually caught that live, and I was coincidentally, and I shared it with John Wick today, I was the 117th person to dislike the video. So I've actually got a screenshot of that. I posted it on Twitter. But, you know, when you weave all of those videos that you just saw into a story, okay? And I was very specific when I didn't edit the narrative to accommodate a specific storyline. That was not my intention. My intention was to show all of those videos were taped within the last week, okay? Every single one of those. And the Joe one was today. DJT was yesterday. The last one before DJT, which I ended up, you'll notice a part in the video where I end up making it so you can't hear the sound, but it's slow motion. And so that was actually posted today. And the one about the reveal report was posted this time last week. And the Jocko one was posted, I think, yesterday. So those are all extremely relevant to this conversation right now. And so I'm not trying to put together this narrative. I'm just trying to show you how my brain thinks a little bit, and how I weave these different forms of media into a decode in my head, right? So, do I believe that the harvest is coming? I mean, you know what? Lynn Wood says it. I've been hearing it a lot. I can't explain in any other way. You know, I can't explain it. One of these days I'll tell you the story of what woke me up. What really woke me up this past year. It's definitely an interesting story. I'll save it for another day. But it was nothing less than divine intervention. So, and as I mentioned yesterday, I think I mentioned in the video yesterday, I've been asking for knowledge and clarity and wisdom and etc. From God. And I've also been asking for discernment, in which I did ask last night. So I'm here after I just developed that 6-minute video. And I'm not questioning myself on developing that. It's like John Wick said, it's very heavy. But you know what? It's my job to get the information out, and it's your job to discern that information. And I would hate. I thought about this too. If I didn't connect all those dots together, and I just saw the DJT video last night on Fox News, I'd be. And if I was somebody who was the ones that didn't want to get it, right? Get it. I would probably have been extremely confused about this situation. And, you know, we're already confused enough this year, to be honest with you. We don't need any more confusion going on. However, I also know that God has a plan, and I don't want to get in the way of that plan. And on the other side of it, I know that God uses us to execute his plans for humanity, right? He works through us. So who am I to say that, particularly if I prayed last night for clarity and for discernment specifically, is that I woke up in this frame of mind to get this video up. Okay? So I almost feel as though it's a double-edged sword for me to either send this out or not send it out. So I'm going to send it out, right? And again, this is nothing against DJT. I just think there's a bigger plan here. Is it the harvest? Is it the ascension? I don't know. All I know is that I just happened to interject. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I might have. There's a video that I saw. I'm not going to say the name because YouTube triggers it. That convinced my in-laws, which were dead set. They're Trump supporters, right? Pretty dead set on getting they had scheduled to get the, this, right? So they'd come down to visit, and, you know, we were talking about it, and I know I've talked to them before. They're not like super awake. They're like they're literally the most friendly, awesome people, period. But they're at retirement age, and they're not really, you know, they're not really looking at alternative media. So they kind of got convinced into, you know, scheduling an appointment for that. So I knew I couldn't solve it by talking to them here about it. And so I figured that we could send them, when they left, we could send them a video and just ask them to watch it. And they did. And they came back and they said they canceled the appointment. So that was a huge relief off my shoulders. But it was also, you know, again, God's plan, because God works through us, right? So it can't be one way or the other. Either I'm sitting here talking to you now, and I produced that video to send it out to you guys so you can see it and discern for yourself and understand that there is possibly a division in a harvest, right? The wheat from the tare going on. And if I didn't see those videos, and if some of those guys in those videos didn't say what they said, and I didn't have other thoughts prior, and other people told me, then I wouldn't think or possibly not have this opinion on it now, or theory, right? And I wouldn't be sharing with you. So I'm paying it forward as well. So again, sorry to say this so long. It's just been interesting. I didn't know whether or not to put this out. Let me know your thoughts. I know it's going to shake some trees a little bit. It's only 6 minutes. And by the way, nothing against Jocko. When he put out his video, that the one about him not recommending it, that was prior, I believe, to the DJT video on Fox last night. What I wanted to just show, and it wasn't showing that he was wrong or he was trying to purposely push this information. I was just trying to show that what will put me here to talk about this today, and the pivot point occurred within like a 12-hour period, maybe even less, maybe a 5-hour, 6-hour period. I don't know when he posted that video yesterday. So I mean, it was literally, so he was correct, 100% correct prior, for saying that DJT didn't recommend it, and that he just had, you know, put it forward as an option. And then, you know, the Fox News interview last night was like a 180 turn on the subject. So again, this is a big chess game. I don't know if this is part of the chess game. I'd imagine it is, because I'm confused. Dude, you confuse me. And if this is 5D chess, bro, you lost me a long time ago. I'm just trying to keep up. So I literally play chess every day on my phone just to try to figure out, you know, how to think 5 steps ahead. So, and by the way, I'm only at the medium level on my chess game. When I get to the professional or to the hard level, then we can play each other in chess if you want to play chess. Right now, not going to happen. So, anyways, I wanted to give this out. I'll let you guys know about this. Let me know what you think. I'm probably, if this is well received, either way, doesn't matter. I'm just getting information out there. I'm going to separate the end of this video from the front of this video so you guys can just share that video. eventually. So let me know your thoughts and put that in the comments if you want me to just trim this down to the 6 minutes so you can share that one. And also let me know if I'm completely out of my mind on the topic, because honestly, this is an open discussion, guys. I want to hear what you think. Put it in the comments. Let's start a discussion, and let's keep that discussion as open-ended as possible, so we can, work together on kind of figuring this out and kind of, talking as a team instead of fighting each other. Okay, because that's what this movement is to wake each other up. Okay, and I believe that's that's the name of my podcast, Awake with a Reason, and I believe this is the reason I'm awake, to share this information with you. All right, guys, I hope you have a great Thursday. It's almost Friday, so not too long till the weekend. And all right, have a good one. Stay frosty.